goodness, thank you. A huge round of applause to Angel and Ross for putting this together. Oh my goodness. Oh damn. Uh-oh, this is maybe a problem. So, this is called On This Day, An Exercise in Procrastination by Calvin Cato. Because this is about my storied relationship with January 3rd, because it is the longest relationship I've ever had. Don't ask how long. I still have a casting director that might be present here, so I can't say how old I am. Also, there should have been a background here, but that failed, so this is going to be an issue. I should have watched Helvetica closer. I got asked to do the show by Angel Yo, a lovely, talented goddess, who unfortunately is now pixelated here. Because I don't know how to use the Zoom app properly in PowerPoint. Meanwhile, my resume says I'm an expert at it. It's a special skill. That's why Leslie Silver & Associates doesn't call me back. Anyway, so Angel Yao was like, hey, you should do the show. It's going to be on January 3rd, and all the exciting things that have happened to you on January 3rd. And I was like, yeah, I can do January 3rd. And then I was playing around with this app, so now we're going to see if this actually works. I don't think it's going to. Because I was like, oh, I can put GIFs in these apps? I'm going to do January 3rd. I'm going to do the shit out of this show. Because, like Olivia Pope, it's handled. Thank God it worked. I was going to Olivia Pope the shit out of this show. I was like, I'm going to do this. It's going to be great. I got this. I have ideas. And it's going to be awesome. And I'm going to travel. I'm going to wear a white coat. Didn't do that tonight because it was in the laundromat. But said I was going to do it. And the thing is that, because I was like, oh, I've done tons of things January 3rd. And recently I've actually been on a nostalgia kick because I just moved from my place where I lived alone for 9 years. Trust me, I'm living with a wonderful roommate. It's my mom. It's like a movie, and that movie's called Psycho. That's great. But I lived alone for 9 years. It's a long story. Basically, my whole apartment situation imploded. But I had to move out all of my stuff. And so I was on a nostalgia kick because I forgot I had all this stuff I owned over the years. One of the things that I still owned, apparently, was a sex story I wrote when I was 14 years old. 14 years old. Get ready. I'm so sorry I didn't expect it to be this kind of show, but it's going to be this kind of show for at least 2 minutes. So, I wrote the sex story when I was 14 because I kept it because I have held many jobs in my life. But one of the jobs I almost had was I was going to be an editor of romance novels. And so they're like, have you ever written erotica before? And I was like, I've written erotica, counting the sex story I wrote when I was 14 years old. This is the original. I'm only showing a page because I don't believe in cheating. I'm going to actually tell January 3rd stuff. But you will notice in the corner here where someone wrote painfully virginal, darling. Painfully virginal. I was 14. I didn't know I was gay yet, so I tried to write a straight story, which is awful. I just want to call out some things. First of all, let's notice the fact that also another friend wrote, there's a lot of jungle fever in here. It's because the story literally starts, you went to the lovely hotel room, said a white woman. That's how it starts. Said a white woman. And she's fucking Filipino. No, black. No, black. Had to change it midstream. I too am an editor. Just don't. And then the other key thing you may notice is, as she took a breath, Catherine slowly but seductively takes off her shirt, revealing 2 several breasts. Because I'm not gay, there's 2 breasts in there! I know that. And Matthew responds with, yum, yum. You know how sexy that is. And he gets to work sucking her breasts sensuously, like ripe apples. Because you know them Granny Smith titties? That's what I thought titties were like, ripe apples. There's also a lot of penis talk. There's 4 pages of this, and it's all penis. I never say the word vagina once. Gay? No. So, I was on this nostalgia kick, and I was like, okay, January 3rd. I've done a lot of things with January 3rd. Let me go through Facebook, because Facebook will help me. And Facebook showed me this. This is back in college. I wore this unironically. So in college, I had a Sasha Fierce moment where, Beyonce was like, I'm gonna be Sasha Fierce. So I used to shop exclusively at Goodwill or Target. So this is a Goodwill fake fur coat and a Target shirt. And I used to go out and I used to call myself Champagne when I went out. So this was Champagne on the town. It's a very classic thing. And I would also go into parties and be like, it's Calvin! And for some reason, people always gave me free booze. I don't know why. I went to Wesleyan, look it up. So anyway, I was like, oh, I'm killing it. So this is gonna be really easy. I'm gonna have a lot of memories of January 3rd. This was a highlight. This is a more of a lower light, because I was like, oh, my New Year's resolution, less shit, more substance, zero tolerance for other people's BS that only 7 people liked. So that didn't work out. And then I went back from Facebook. I realized I was like, oh, this just gets sadder and sadder, because like there's just no likes. Like I posted this. I don't know what this means. Putting on the Ritz. I mean, I know there's a song, Putting on the Ritz. I don't think I was knowledgeable enough to understand why would that be funny. Didn't know at all. So instead, I was like, you know what I'm gonna do for January 3rd? I'm gonna look through my journals, because I have a lot of journals. This is literally just 6 of roughly 13 journals that I own. 13 journals, all different colors. My rule for journals was I always had to write, like if I wrote an entry in one color, I had to write a different entry in a different color. That was the thing, because I was like, it's gonna be standout-ish. And then I realized like a lot of the January 3rd entries were just me obsessing over some boy and not understanding why I was gay. So I was like, I don't want to do that tonight. Someone might be available. So I was like, let me just skip past this. This is getting frustrating. And then I was like, and then Angel sent an email saying, you know, this is due, just sending a reminder. And I was like, oh no, the panic's setting in. What's happening? Oh God. And then I wrote, oh, That's So Raven, I love that show. It's really good. So I was panicking. And then when I panic, I always am like, I'm gonna just write this in an hour. I'm gonna procrastinate. And so this was literally at January 3rd at 1 a.m. I procrastinate by like, I browse Wikipedia obsessively. This is an actual thing I read on Wikipedia. Thank you. Thank you, teacher. I literally read through everything. This is all arcsine, arcsecant, or cotangent. I can tell you a lot now about all of that and where the limits are and asymptotes. I love asymptotes. You can't jump them though, but I was reading all of this. And I was like, okay, this isn't gonna come together. So let me think about other things that happened on January 3rd. And then I was like, oh, I know, Bitcoin started on January 3rd. I'm gonna make this whole impression about Bitcoin. But then I was like, ugh, I don't wanna be that guy. You know what I mean? I don't wanna be a white guy in my 30s, like still at Bushwick. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm fucking sick of it. Who gives a shit about Bushwick and Bitcoin? Fuck that noise. I'm sorry, it's all going down the toilet anyway, who gives a shit? So, instead I was like, okay, let me look up other things on January 3rd. And I was like, oh, Mussolini, he amassed power on January 3rd. It's bad optics for someone who looks like this to talk about Mussolini. So I was like, let's Nazi. I'll delete that. So this is how I felt at 3 a.m. I was like, God damn it, I thought I had this is gonna be great. But then I remembered that like Beyonce, I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. Yes, there we go. You're Michelle now. Okay, so I was like, I'm gonna fucking do this. It's gonna be great. And one of the things I actually told myself actually before the new year started was I was like, try to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Every single time you think you're gonna fail, you don't know, because you might succeed. And so I told myself I'm gonna forgive myself, and this is my relationship with January 3rd, which is, in conclusion, I really did put an effort. I swear to God, I tried, I did this. Also start projects as soon as I get them, and not a day or two before. Also, 2 more things on January 3rd, as opposed to just dressing fur coats and Target shit. That would be nice. And also, the show's a really wonderful concept. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for having me. This is great. I'm a survivor. Thank you.